So, the American Revolution. It didn't just start with a single shot. It actually began with a huge global conflict.
The problem was, victory is expensive. Britain was left with an absolute mountain of debt from that war.
How much debt? A staggering £60 million. And Parliament had a pretty good idea who should pay for it.
Their logic went something like this. The war was fought to protect the American colonies, right?
So their solution? You guessed it, new taxes slapped directly on the colonists.
First, the Sugar Act, then the Stamp Act on all paper goods. Then came even more duties.
And let's just say the colonists were not having it. For them, it was about way more than just money.
This was the core issue. Their argument was simple. They had no voice, no vote in Parliament.
So what did they do? They organized. They started boycotting British goods and protesting all over the colonies.
Things got really tense when Britain sent 1,000 troops to Boston just to keep control.
And that move, it lit a fuse in Boston, leading to a series of absolutely explosive events. A street brawl turned deadly. British soldiers fired on civilians. Patriots called it a massacre.
Then came the Boston Tea Party. Colonists famously dumped thousands of pounds of tea into the harbor.
Britain's reaction was to drop the hammer with what the colonists called the Intolerable Acts.
The other colonies saw this and thought, hey, we could be next. They knew they had to unite.
So they did. The First Continental Congress met in Philadelphia to plan their response and prepare for a fight.
It all came to a head when British troops marched to seize weapons, but local militiamen were waiting for them.
At Lexington, an unknown shot was fired. This was it. The War for Independence had officially begun.
But here's the thing. At first, most colonists just wanted to repair things with Britain, not actually leave.
But then a pamphlet called Common Sense came out, and it completely changed the game.
That was it. Congress was inspired. They voted for independence, and Thomas Jefferson started writing.
And with the Declaration of Independence, a new nation was officially born. After that, well, there was no turning back. It was all-out war with the British Empire.
That's how many musket balls they made from melting down a statue of King George III.